channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this right here. Well, we all know Nick Wright is one of the biggest scumbags of all time when it comes to sports. And he might be a scumbag, in person. In his real life, he might be a scumbag. Who knows? But as far as sports, this guy is the biggest scumbag of all times. And when we look at stuff like this, I mean, we know he done lied about LeBron James since, I guess, what was that, 2016, 17, when he came on Undisputed, whatever show he came on. And, oh my God, you just gotta picture in your head how many times he has had sports fans go and bet on the losing team, whether it was the Lakers, Mahomes. Hell, even a lot of times when Mahomes wasn't going to the championship, he had you picking the wrong pick. Okay? This guy, and this is what I was saying before. In reality, because I live in reality, and this is what it is, folks. I said this before. You can't even, fathom, a guy like LeBron James throwing games and somebody in this camp having knowledge of this. I'm being serious. Somebody having knowledge of it in the world of gambling. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody has lost as much as this guy. And in the capacity that this guy has lost. 4-1, swept, not making the playoffs, just crazy stuff, losing as a number 2 seed back-to-back seasons. Insane. So I'm just saying, I know gambling wasn't legal back then when this guy, commenced to lose in the fashion that he lost. But you just got to scratch your head. And I'm just wondering, what was this really a game by this guy all this time? And when we look at even the future, right? We look at the present, whatever like that, and we look at the way LeBron James loses. He lost 4-1 to a plumber with no help. And then he got swept by a plumber with no help. This is back-to-back. Who had knowledge of this? They're beat down so bad. Not just losing, but being beat down in that fashion. Who had knowledge that the Lakers got beat in 5? Who had knowledge of this? I mean, I'm trying to tell you, man, some things is bigger than what people really think they are. It just ain't no coincidence that this guy loses so much. Why are we losing in the 04 Olympics? Why are we losing in the 06 FIBA? Why are we blowing through 3-2 leads going back home in 06? I'm just saying, man, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in this guy's camp always had knowledge of these big upsets. I'm just saying. And when we get back to people like Nick Wright, you can even say Shannon Sharp, but we're talking about Nick Wright here. And him being wrong a lot. A lot. Remember, he was wrong about Brady a lot. I won't say he was wrong about Mahomes a lot. I wouldn't say that. But, he was wrong about Mahomes. He was wrong. And, yes, you can bet. You can have, an idea or a favorite or something like that. No doubt. But the way these guys are so arrogant about the way they perceive that this team or this player is going to come out on top, it's just disgusting. Like they know everything because they're on TV. No, you think you know everything because you're in on the bullshit. You're in on persuading people to put all their money a certain way when it ain't even going to be like that. I was about to say, no, I'm just going to... See, I don't like to hold back. I don't like to hold back on what I say. But it's trash with this guy. And as you can see, look, I don't have nothing against Mahomes. Nothing. But when we look at this pyramid right here, this mountain, he's always got this tier, this mountain, or all this bullshit that this guy always has. It's trash. This guy is the fakest sports analyst of all time. And you hear people like, A Chris Broussard could be a good analyst if he didn't have to, stroke this guy. And, I know in the past Chris Broussard done clap back a little bit. But for the most part, Chris Broussard is just, I don't know, man. He's just a do-boy. He's just a flunky. He's just a yes-a-massa type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Chris Broussard. And sometimes Chris Broussard can tell some truth. And a lot of times he's all over the place. I know when he was, on the Odd Couple with, what's this guy's name? I forget his name now, the black guy. So he was on there with him, right? Chris Broussard can't never be wrong. When he was on that show with that guy, he can't be wrong. Can't believe I forgot his name. But anyways, if the other guy was right, oh my God, Chris Broussard, he would throw a tantrum. He would go outside of what they was talking about. He could never be wrong. But when he gets with Nick Wright, look how that is, folks. Look how that is. He won't challenge Nick Wright like that. And if he does challenge Nick Wright and he is right about something that him and Nick Wright is going back and forth with, he'll laugh while he's, being right. Almost like, he don't want to insult him and make him look, bad as far as, I kicked your ass or I beat you in this debate. So he'll just kind of like laugh it off. It seem like everything is cool. Yeah, I beat you, Nick, but it's all good, brother. You're not a bad guy. You're not really wrong. And all. Nick Wright, this guy, when he's wrong, he'll start screaming and weaseling and have a high pitched voice like a girl and shit. For real, I think this dude. Let me leave it alone. So we see this guy's mountain. And a lot of this stuff is just to agitate, irritate sports fans, right? Because ain't no damn way in the world after week 3, Nick Wright, and why, sometimes I don't get straight to the point because I like to go off on these dudes. I like to go off on these dudes because they are who they are. Don't mistake them for something else. Don't mistake them for something else. They are who they are. And let me tell you something real quick. I used to watch this all the time, especially during football season. And the first things first. So I know about the show. I'm not just running my mouth. I used to watch First Take. I used to watch all these shows on ESPN and a lot of them on Fox Sports. So it ain't like, that guy, Rob Parker. So it ain't like I'm picking on this guy or I'm just making up stuff. No, I know this guy's persona. I know how he acts. All of them. All of them. I don't need to watch I don't watch this trash no more. I don't watch it. A lot of times, I just graduated from it. As you get older, you graduate from a lot of stuff, man. I graduated from religion, politics, and now I graduated from these talk shows. Because a lot of them just ran their course for me. They just ran their course. And a lot of, when they first came on, you didn't realize a lot of these guys were selling their souls and saying a lot of stupid stuff. You just thought they were debates, all this stuff. But there comes a time when you got to start telling the truth. And you got to be like, I was wrong. But these guys act like they're perfect. They act like they're perfect. Nevertheless, I never had nothing against Mahomes. Nothing. And, but we got to tell the truth. Through week 3, Mahomes should be nowhere near the top of this mountain. And this is something with Nick Wright he has been doing for a long time. Whether it's Mahomes, whether it's LeBron James, or any other dude that he likes. Either he's putting them too high, or he's giving them praise that they don't deserve. And guess what? If his player ain't doing good, he'll start blaming the team. He'll start blaming the team. And then when the team is doing good and his player isn't doing good, guess what he does? Oh, it's about time. This is their job. That's what they're supposed to do for the star player. All this trash. All this trash. I can guarantee you this guy does not take the same pick as he's trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, man. I would never pick the majority of the time what this guy is picking, because this guy has been wrong so many times. So many times. It's you can't even. I'm trying to tell you. If you had to count how many times this guy's been wrong, in the playoffs? Huh? This dude will pick people just because he likes them. Just because he likes them. Just because that's a good player of his. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with what you think. Well, not what you think. There's nothing wrong with having some favorite players and you just want to pick them because of that, or that's your favorite team. But we're not talking about that. That's not you or me who aren't supposed to be analysts. This guy's sitting on TV acting like he's giving you the real, acting like he's this genius sports analyst. He's supposed to be giving you real picks. You know what I'm saying? Based on being an analyst. An analyst. Which it don't look like this guy ever played sports in his damn life. What sports he ever... At least Stephen A. Smith will lie about playing sports. At least this guy lied about it. You know what I'm saying? I never even heard Nick Wright talk about playing sports. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, I'm trying to tell you, man. A lot of these dudes is just actors. We done told you before about how Hollywood works and, you know, ESPN, Fox, whatever. Being what? Being part of the entertainment industry, right? Being part of the entertainment industry. So this is how it works. The entertainment industry is huge. People don't realize that. People don't understand what the entertainment industry really is. So before we was talking about rappers being actors, and a lot of people are scared to discuss this. I don't know why, but it's all in your face. It's been in your face for a long time. Well, the problem is that, you know, when you discuss a lot of this stuff, they come back to be phonies, right? Rappers over the years. So when we talk about rappers, they're actors. They're actors. That's why they go by a stage name. You know why they go by a stage name? Is because they don't, from the inception, they don't want you to know who they are. Because if you knew who they were from the beginning, guess what? You'll call bullshit. You'll call bullshit. And you can really see who they are. And they didn't grow up in no hood. They didn't grow up in no bad times. They were actors out of Hollywood. So again, we're going to talk about, you know, what I'm talking about in a minute. We're just talking about the overall picture. So if you come to Hollywood, maybe you want to be an actor. Well, you're not good enough. We can't put you on a big screen. You're not good enough. But what we can do is we can put you as a rapper. Yep. We got this new thing going on, rapper. We can put you as a rapper. Give you a stage name, turn you into a rapper. So that's where most of these guys came from the beginning. I don't care who you're talking about, Run DMC, LL Cool J, Grandmaster Flash, all these dudes, it don't matter who you name, these guys are actors and part of the entertainment industry. Hollywood, Ice Cube, Eazy, Ice-T, Tupac, you name it. You name it. All actors. This is why even when we got into, like, you know, the gangster rappers, how they were able to speak. How they were able to speak. Did you ever listen to them? They sound like some dudes off the street. Huh? And I'm not talking about, you know, their accent and what they were saying. No. The way they were able to read off lyrics. So, and then when we look at it, what happened? Even from the 80s, folks. Even from the 80s. These rappers were in movies. These rappers were in movies. And that's crazy. Because you have ordinary people that, you know, that have a dream to be an actor since they was little. And they, you know, eventually go to Hollywood. Nope. Because why? Because they weren't good enough. Not that they sucked, but only the top tier talent got to the big screen or got some role in Hollywood. Okay? They weren't good. We're talking about kids since they was young, man. It never made it to the big screen. But you're just trying to tell me some dudes off the street that just happen to, want to be rappers, made it to the big screen. Not only made it to the big screen, made it to the big screen fast. Made a rap song or album, and it was already on the big screen, folks. You know how fast LL Cool J was on the big screen in the 80s? All these dudes was fat boys. They was making rap movies back then. I'm not going to try to say they was the biggest movies, but I'm just trying to tell you, rappers, and then when we talk about all the other ones that became big and went to the big screen, the Ice-T's, the Tupacs, who is this? Ice-T, Tupac, LL Cool J, he ended up, doing some other movies in the 90s. All of them, Nelly, a lot of them, because they were actors first. They came to Hollywood, folks. I done looked up most of these people's backgrounds, especially the gangster rappers like Ice-T. This dude didn't come from no hood or no bad times. Eazy did it. Ice Cube did it. Dr. Dre did it. All these dudes, frauds. I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you is we don't know, the difference between entertainment and reality. These guys come from the entertainment industry. Okay, yeah, we were fooled. They lied, we were fooled. Okay, I mean, that's just the way it is. We've been fooled about a lot of stuff in life. Fooled about a lot of stuff. It's just the way it is. Okay, Snoop Dogg, an entertainer. He's an entertainer first, came from Hollywood. Okay? All these people, entertainers. They can put you in wherever they want to put you as an entertainer. Your rap career works out as an entertainer, guess what? Well, they can bring you to the big screen. You weren't good enough to be into the big screen at first, so they put you as a rapper. But now, your music career took off. Now people will listen to you on the big screen. T.I., an actor. Did he make a movie? Yes, folks. He's, again, I hate to keep saying this, but people don't understand these things. Elvis was an actor too. All these people in the music industry were actors from the beginning. Let me just say this one more thing. The way acting works, right? You can't just be a person that never act. It was a singer or, just some poor, hood child, hood kid growing up in the slums and just started rapping. And you became successful. And they put you on the big screen now and you can become an actor. No! Again. It don't work like that. You know what it is to be an actor? You have to go into all these different characters. You have to read all these scripts. You have to do all this stuff. You can't be dumb. This is something that people was doing for years. It either became successful or never got accepted. Their dreams were shattered. Why? Because they got beat out by the best. They got beat out by the best. And those people that beat them out as the best in Hollywood, guess what? Those people just didn't pop up and start reading scripts and going into character and doing all this and practicing all this stuff just, in a drop of a dime. It don't work like that, but this is what they want to tell you happened to rappers. Rappers off the street who was killers, who was drug dealers, who went to prison, who dropped out of school, who was banging. You don't know no Negro where you come from. This happened to him. No. So again. When we talk about the entertainment industry, it's big, folks. And a lot of times, most of the time, and I would say all the time, this is where you get these people like Nick Wright, Molly Karam, Stephen A. Smith. This is where you get them, folks. You get them from the entertainment industry. That's where you get them. So let's look at this. And it's called Scumbag. No, it's called Mahomes Mountain. Wow. It's not called NFL Mountain. It's called Mahomes Mountain. I call it Scumbag Mountain. Mahomes just got his ass kicked up and down the field for the second time in the Super Bowl. We heard all the excuse before why he lost to Brady. That bad. Oh, yeah, no offensive line. What was the excuse this time? What was the excuse this time? They're in trouble now. And Nick Wright is in trouble now. Just like he was in trouble with LeBron James after 2018. He's in trouble now because most people believe there's no GOAT debate for Mahomes in the fashion that he got destroyed. We've never seen a GOAT quarterback get destroyed that bad 2 times in the Super Bowl, right? So it's a joke. So we don't know why Mahomes is still being touted like this. I don't think he's in the MVP running this year, even through 3 games. He's not one of the better quarterbacks. So he's got Mahomes at number 2. Really? This guy ain't even top 10 in passing yards or top 10 in QBR. Why is he number 2? He ain't had a better season than Lamar, even though Lamar, I don't think he should be number 3. He ain't had a better season so far. Mahomes hasn't than Baker Mayfield, Herbert, Hurts, Stafford, Goff, Daniel Jones. To me, not even better than Love. To me, not better than Rodgers. So why the hell is Mahomes all the way up to number 2? This is what I'm talking about. No integrity, no dignity. Just a liar. Again, Mahomes ain't even top 10 in passing yards through 3 weeks. Passing yards or QBR, quarterback rating. If somebody had, if Tom Brady was in the same shoes as Mahomes, not even top 10 in passing yards or top 10 in QBR through 3 weeks, and they had Tom Brady at number 2, you would never hear the end of it from this guy, from Nick Wright. It would be the worst thing ever. Mahomes is barely 1 and 2. Because he had to play the Giants. Everybody beat the Giants. Everybody beat the Giants. I don't know. Mahomes don't look too impressive to me. But no damn way should it be at number. You might as well just put him at number 1. And we done seen this throughout the years with this dude. Like I said, he will throw Mahomes at the top, throw LeBron James at the top, no matter what. And this is the guy that people go and get their sports knowledge from. Because he wants to be a winner, right? He wants to be a winner. So his guys always got to be on top. I'm being serious. We done seen it throughout the years. His guys always got to be on top. And a lot of times they just haven't been on top. And again, we're talking about in the fashion that, Mahomes got destroyed in the Super Bowl, and in a fashion that LeBron James has been destroyed in the finals. I mean, wow. You can't even imagine how this guy even shows up to work and want people to take him serious. It's not just that they lost. It's the fact that this guy runs his mouth with all this confidence, and then they get the hell beat out of him. It don't even be close. You got blown out in 2 Super Bowls. You got blown out in all these finals. You're missing the playoffs with super teams. I mean, is this some kind of joke? How many people done lost their money playing with this guy? How many people? Y'all think it's just fun and games, and y'all think, maybe it's just entertainment based? Yeah, definitely it is. But how much money has this guy swayed people to bet this way based on his so-called analysis about about the situation? Dude ain't no analyst, man. He ain't no sports analyst. This dude is an actor. Don't get it mistaken for anything else. An actor from Hollywood, like I said. That's all he is. Like the most of them on ESPN, Fox, these dudes that be on these debate groups, these ain't just some dudes off the street. A lot of these, I don't care if he had his own radio show before. The dude did come from Hollywood. He's an actor. They do the same thing. They pull them out of Hollywood, these acting schools, and they put them on the radio. Some of them don't even be from your town or your city. You have some of these actors that are appointed by the entertainment industry just to be a radio personality in your city, and they ain't even from your city, but they over here trying to tell you, where you grew up in, the city you're from, what's what in your city. Like, what? You ain't even from here. But yeah, this is what you got, man. And I forget this guy's name. He used to be, I guess he used to play for the Packers, but he's on that show. I think he was a receiver or something like that. He was a receiver or whatever like that. And he was on the show with Chris Broussard, and they basically patted Nick Wright on the back for this. They said, "Oh man, this is so right, man. I can't disagree. I can't believe you got this right." Really? And the only thing he could say was why he believed that Mahomes should be second is because he leads quarterbacks in rushing yards. This is crazy, folks. Not QBR. That might be an argument. Not passing yards. Just imagine back in the day, if Tom Brady was still playing, and if he wasn't, his team was doing this bad, and Tom Brady was like 13th in passing yards and was under 13 in QBR, he will be all over Tom Brady. This is crazy. Wow, you can't even believe this guy is really on TV. This guy is on TV? Wow. And like I said, these fools like Chris Broussard and that other dude say this dude is right. This was a great pyramid. Just one of the worst pyramids, another bad pyramid that we done seen throughout the years. That's why I don't watch this trash. Because it's not about reality, folks. It's about promoting. It's about a promotion. That's it. When is Kelsey going to get back to football? When is he going to get back to football? Divorces Taylor Swift and get back to football. Ever since he done hooked up with her, it's been bad. It ain't been good. It's been bad. It's been awful. It's crazy. Remember, he seemed like he had more flavor to him when he was with the black chick. So once he get with, Taylor Swift, this guy just fall apart. We might have to do a video on that, right? Wasn't he winning Super Bowls and doing good? As soon as he got with Taylor Swift, he just turned limp. It ain't been good for him. It ain't been good. So you guys tell me what you think, man. This is just trash. It is just trash. They won't stop, man. It just goes along with Nick Wright and his persona, and then pissing people off, and this is crazy.